It is the second day of the foreign ministerial meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The formal meeting of the foreign ministers of the SCO grouping is currently underway in Uzbekistan's capital, Tashkent. And during the meeting, Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar asserted the importance of joint efforts in confronting major global challenges like hunger and new types of terrorism. Jaishankar further outlined how within the framework of the SCO, India has been helping Afghanistan and claiming to have delivered around 40,000 tonnes of wheat and 500 doses of vaccines. Pakistan's Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari also emphasised coexistence and cooperation as being key drivers of global politics. The newly appointed Foreign Minister further said that the assets of Afghanistan should be unfrozen. Meanwhile, ahead of the formal meeting, the foreign ministers of India, Pakistan and China were seen sitting in the holding room in an exclusive video obtained by WION. This is also the first time that Jaishankar and Bhutto have been seen under the same roof. However, a bilateral meeting between the two countries seems uncertain as of now. The Indian External Affairs Minister has only held one bilateral so far. That was with the Foreign Minister of Kazakhstan on the sidelines of this gathering. Both leaders acknowledged the advancements achieved in bilateral ties between the two nations. Taking to Twitter, the Indian External Affairs Minister said that the current global situation demands stronger Indo-Kazakh cooperation. Meanwhile, the Foreign Minister of Russia has announced that the group has agreed to trade in local currencies. Well, for more on the story, we're being joined by our correspondent, Anas Malik from Tashkent, and our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal from New Delhi now. So, Anas, just tell us what exactly is taking place there where you are right now.
Well, Makin, what we know that the SCO foreign ministers meeting has now ended. The joint declaration was signed and it talks about, it's a precursor to the event that happens, the heads of governments and the heads of states meeting that happens in September this year in Samarkand. Now, what we know is that there were talks on regional consensus, regional uplifting, connectivity, economy, and the overall security situation, especially in context of the situation in Afghanistan, because that is a real binding factor. What we know also that a draft agreement, as what the Russian foreign minister, while responding to WION, has said that a draft agreement has been agreed upon in this meeting, which will encourage the trade in local currencies between these countries, between the SCO member countries. So that is something that is very significant to look out for. Other than that, the initiatives with regards to green economy in the region, that has been talked about. In a short while from now, we'll be seeing that formal statement from the Uzbek Foreign Ministry marking the conclusion of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting here in Tashkent. Makin?
So some big moves that seem to have been made there. Let's head over to our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. He's in New Delhi for us. Siddhant, just tell us exactly why this matters, this meeting, obviously ahead of that bigger group meeting later this year. What is it setting the way to achieve in that meeting later on this year?
Well, one of the key focus of the foreign ministers meeting is to decide on the agenda when it comes to the summit that happens in September. But key crucial announcements have already been made. One, of course, is significant, is the expansion of the grouping. We all know that Iran will become the member of the grouping in the month of September when the summit happens. But today, the Uzbek foreign minister made crucial announcements in terms of saying that Nepal, Cambodia, Armenia and Azerbaijan will get get the observer status. Maldives in South Asia will become a dialogue partner. The process will be started at the summit that will happen in Samarkand. So Maldives become the third country from the Indian subcontinent to become part of the grouping. And we also know that he said that pacts when it comes to giving a dialogue status to Egypt, Saudi Arabia is also ready to be signed. So we are seeing basically the expansion of this grouping at a massive scale, which of course is something that comes at a time when we have seen geopolitical tensions in the world. And of course this grouping has China and Russia as key supporters. So it looks like both Beijing and Moscow are building a new world order, and the expansion of the grouping is a crucial milestone in the foreign ministers meeting and of course the summit that happens. But if we look at India's angle to it, India is of course a country that of course adds to the population and the size, but also a key democratic voice at the SCO and providing focus areas on connectivity. Remember, the Indian External Affairs Minister talked about how Iranian participation, Iran becoming the member of the grouping provides opportunity for other SCO member countries to use the Chabahar port where India is heavily invested.
Sid, I'm certain that you're going to be keeping across all of that for us at that meeting in September. We look forward to getting more from you then.